Hi, Malban here, and I'm going to talk about Vectrex again. Not especially about Vide, but also about Vide. I'm going to talk about the things I've done in the last couple of weeks, and most of the time I'll probably talk about some C language which now Vide supports to program the Vectrex. This will probably a multimedia, well, thingy, because I'm going to do a blog entry with it, and I'm not only going to show screen capture, but later on I will also switch on my Vectrex and probably show you something, some stuff on the Vectrex. Anyway, the language C, which Vide now supports, was also done by Per Johansen, Professor Dr. Per Johansen. And he also did a Vectrex game to prove that it is possible to write complete Vectrex games in the language C and fast enough and, well, rivaling old originals, I think. And well, he did that not only to prove, but because he also likes Vectrex. But anyway, in Vide I've opened the source code for the current snapshot of the count. Per gave it to me to, well, look at it and enhance Vide and perhaps make some suggestions. The source code is quite large. Here you see all the files belonging to it, and I scroll down and there's a subdirectory with utils. This is the actual main file, and there are many other files. Games C, that is where the main game starts from, initializes gameplay, and numbers is a very important one, as you will later see. Quite large calculations going on here, and I'm not going through the sources, I'm just going to show it to you. I started, and you see this compiling is quite fast on my Macintosh. I noticed that on Windows, well, it takes 10 or 20 times as long. I don't know. It's, well, Windows, I guess. This is the count. The count is the character from a Sesame Street, and it's all about numbers. Also, it's sort of a homage, persiflage, I don't know, for the original Vectrex game Mindstorm, as you will notice while playing and probably while watching. I'll make it a little bit larger so you can see it. Now we can start the game. This is actually the count, and he will change to a bed, and the bed will distribute numbers on the screen. The numbers have different actions to them, and what you have to do is actually within a given time frame, as you see here, we've got 12 hours, you have to shoot all the numbers in the correct order. So first you have to shoot the 1 and then the 2. There are different game modes actually. You can speed up. You are this little bow down there, as you might have guessed, and you can speed up going left and right, pressing a certain button. Now I've pressed the wrong button. This is still a debugging version, and I pressed the button that advances one level. Okay, so there are, well, I will not say an infinite number of levels, but Pierre programmed it so that there's a level generator, and the level generator can be configured to produce, well, levels with certain configurations. And as of now, I think Pierre configured actually about 20 levels, but the final version will have more levels, and after I think each 5 or each 10 levels you will get a code that you can advance from to that level with your next playing. Also, you see the bow draws its arrows when I push a button. Well, you don't see that I push a button, but you know what I mean. But the bow actually reloads automatically, but in different game modes you have to reload the bow manually. As you've seen, I've shot the 7 earlier and it changed its color, its brightness, and this is one of the oh, 6 is next. Well, should be able to count. I'm playing count. While it's the wrong color, it reflects errors, and if the reflected error hits you, well, you get hit and you die. You have only a certain number of lives, and well, after that, it's game over. I'll advance another level so you can see the different animations Peer did. Actually, very cute animations he did, I think, and well, there are different features that all these animated objects that carry the numbers have. These are little balloons which you can, well, sometimes you have to be careful to destroy them. Number 2 is down here, which well, going to the next level. The count visits your playing area once in a while, and also he has different actions. He can revive old numbers, so you have to shoot them again. He can shoot shots at you and different things. This is actually a kind of memory level. Now we have to watch where's the number 1. Wrong button. Well, the numbers were hidden, and you have to remember which ghost carries which number. Well, I will show it to you on a real Vectrex. It's perhaps even more impressive than this one. Little bats flying over the screen, and so on. Okay, this was the current project of Peer. I don't know when he will finish. He hasn't got that much time, but hopefully one day he will. I myself have been working on a demo program for Vectrex C. It's a program I call Bouncer. You will shortly see why I call it Bouncer. Also completely written in C, apart from the sound routine, which I well, implemented as a library. I also enlarged this image. This one is not finished yet, but you see the bouncing thing, that is this little smiley figure, and he has to succeed in different levels. 2 levels are sort of well, technically I finished them, but you cannot score anything yet, and there should be some more stuff to collect, but I will show them to you. The 2 levels I've already did. This is, you can jump up and down, and you can go left and right, within the level. This was really short. This level actually does remind me a little bit of I will start again shortly. This I can't restart. This is a level I'm still doing. Okay, I'll go back and start again. You can go left and right in different speeds, and you can jump, and later on you will be able to jump in different heights, and the thing is, you have to go to an exit. There will probably be some things to collect, and well, so on. And you can fall down, and then the next level commences. This one you can just jump up and down and go left. Here you can't go right. Actually, I thought a little bit about Moon Patrol, the level with the mines, and this is also a randomly generated level with mines, and if you touch a mine, then it will go, yeah, well, out of whack. This level is, you cannot see it, but this level is going to be inspired by Cannabalt, and here you will go from left to right and jump over little chasms, and perhaps there will be some wild gooses flying away when you go near. And I'm also thinking about another level inspired by Alex Herbert. He's going down, so that the bouncer might go down at some stage. This one is also completely written in C, and actually it's fast enough, as you can see down here. This is actually oh, I have to start it again. There's no exit from this trying level. Anyway, you can see that it's fast enough. It's always refreshing within 50 Hertz. And why doesn't it refresh at all? That's funny. Ah, I know, because debugging is not enabled. I have to enable debugging and disable different things, and then you will be able to see. There it goes. Apart from the thing that it's now really slow, I think I somehow confused good old Vide. One moment. Okay, whatever that was. Anyway, you see that most of the time it's below 30,000. The only moment when it reaches above 30,000 is when the bouncer title message appears. And the game itself, you see this one is about 25,000 cycles. This one is even faster, I think. And so on. One other thing I did was actually I met Sasha Lubinov, also known as Deluxe, on a retro event in Germany, and we have been co-working on a game called Menschenjagd, and I might find it here. This one is in assembler actually. I'm just going to show you where we stand right now. And where is Vexi? There's Vexi. Menschenjagd. He did it already some years ago, but he's doing a complete rewrite, I think. And this is a current version with a labyrinth. The enemies are wildly shooting, as you see. You are the player in the middle. You can collect the little gun, and now you can shoot two. Well, you can shoot two. Here you can shoot, and you can shoot the enemies. At this stage, you cannot be hit by the enemies, but you can hit the enemies. If an enemy comes near you, you go down to the arena and you fight man to man. This is also not implemented yet, but well, this is a thing Sasha is currently programming. And what else is there? One moment. You might have read it on some Pro Board forum or on the Facebook pages. Graham Toll is doing a port of Tail Gunner, also using C, and we have been communicating in the past, and I've adjusted Vide a little bit for him, and well, we give each other suggestions on what things can be made better or worse. And actually I have here the current, or I don't know if it's really the current, but it's a version of his Tail Gunner from, I think, a few weeks ago. I can start it, and it's compiles here. It's also in C. You will call it Rear Gunner. This is the intro, and the game. You can insert coins, credits. You can start the game. You have the cross. There's one enemy, but you can't shoot the enemy yet, and he also did not implement the other enemies yet. Visually, this is really good, and technically most of the vectors that you see animated are actually recorded sequences, and I'm not sure how it will fit into the memory of 32K, or if he will do a bank switched version, or if he will even use VecFever to even larger bank switched versions. I think this has not been finally decided yet, but anyway, this is the current working rear gunner. I'm starting off on the real Vectrex with the rear gunner we've seen. I hope this works, because this is a new well, version of Thomas Santowski's VecFever, which supports cartridges larger than 32K but not spank switched. It supports cartridges up to 48K, and the demo I showed you in Vide actually is 40Ks, 40,000 bytes long, and I hope that the VecFever I got now supports this. Oh yeah, it starts up. So this is a rear gunner demo on a real Vectrex. And this is the insert coin thingy. You can start the game. You have a screen and you can fire shots, and you can move your, well, move your aim. But you can't hit the enemy yet. So this is game on the real Vectrex number 1. Now, last project. Let's go backwards. The next thing is from Sasha Lubinov. Here I have to press reset too, so VecFever can load it. This is going to be Menschenjagd, and you can see the game. It's actually very it plays in 50 Hertz right at the moment, and I think it will be a really fun game later on. Don't worry, the enemies won't shoot that much in the final version. This is for, well, debugging purposes only. What was the next thing? I think the next one I showed you was my own bouncer. Where is it? Bouncer, there. Compiling and shipping to the VecFever. This is bouncer. I already got some music within it, but the music is the one from my last game release, which I reuse because I haven't got any new music pieces yet. So this is the bouncer. Any key will get you to the actual level. You can go left and right and fall down. You've seen that before. This is the Moon Patrol level, I call it that. And well, this will be the Canabat level, which is not finished yet. Oh, finished are the other ones neither, but anyway. And the last thing is going to be the count. This one is actually nearly finished. Pair called Release Candidate 2. Oops, bouncer. Perhaps I should load it, and then we can see the count. The count. Why doesn't it load? Ah, there it is. Compiling and shipping to the VecFever. Count. Release Candidate 2. Here you go. Shooting the 1. Shooting the 2. Shooting the count or some other number. Oh no, didn't get to the count. The first level actually is quite easy. My first Nemesis level is level number 5. This is the one with the first ghosts, and I always was very bad at playing memory, and well, it continues with the count. Oops. You can shoot the count, and different things can happen. Time can go backwards, so you have more time for the level to finish, or I don't know. I haven't seen any instruction. I haven't looked at the instruction. I think there even is an instruction booklet, but I haven't read it yet. These are the little balloons Where's the number 1? There's the number 1. And number 2. And the number... Well, that was the number 4. And 4. Ah. Okay, I'll go on to the next level to show you some of the different objects Pear did. And many objects have different, well, actions configured to them. You will perhaps see what I mean. Little balloons. Number 1 is there. Where's the 2? It's below here, I think. And the 3. Ah, it was the 9, not the 4. Haven't got my glasses on. Actually, from where I sit, I can't really discern the numbers very well. I go to the next level. I'll show you, as I said before, a couple of levels. This is the first memory level. It's level number 4. It's not 1. 1, 2, and now I can't remember. You can shoot the ghosts now and they flash their number, but they also reflect. 5 is above there. Oops. Yeah, I know that now. 4. This one was 5. This one I don't know yet. Did you see that? The count wanted to revive the 5 ghost. Luckily he didn't do. 7? Did I have 7? Was this one? Oh no. 4. And the last one. In later levels there can be not only numbers you can shoot, there are alphabetic values, Roman numbers, binary numbers, and lots of different things to shoot. And sometimes you have to really look out for ways to shoot upper or beds in this case, but where's the number 1? Ah, there. And the number 2, 8, 2 there, and so on. I'm going to the next level. I at least want to show you some of the Roman numbers or some other figures. Little helicopters, still numbers. Can't remember when different number objects came. Okay, next level. Here the Roman there were the Roman numbers, and I pressed the wrong button. Anyway, this was the count.